from the station proudly serving the Northwest Arkansas community. And your home for Super Bowl 52 and the Olympic Winter Games. This is KNWA News at 6.
To say that I'm devastated is an understatement. I believe that my family, my children, and this county deserves better.
A Bentonville woman disappointed after prosecutors dropped the charges against the man accused of murdering her husband. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Nate Custer. KNWA's Denny Camper is in studio to show us how the prosecution came to the controversial decision. Denny.
Benton County Prosecutor Nathan Smith made the decision to drop all charges against James Bates, including first-degree murder. Bates was accused of killing 47-year-old Victor Collins, who was found dead in a hot tub at Bates' home in November of 2015. The Arkansas State Crime Lab ruled Collins' death a homicide. Bentonville police then arrested Bates in February of 2016. According to an affidavit released the day after the arrest, Bates claimed he, Collins, and 2 other men were drinking in a hot tub until 1 a.m. Bates claims he then went to bed and found Collins dead in the hot tub the following morning. Today, the first-degree murder case against Bates was dismissed. The prosecutor says he found there wasn't enough evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt Bates was guilty.
A prosecutor's job is not to win at all costs. That's not what I'm about. A prosecutor's job is to follow the law, to do justice.
Smith says his office has a year to refile the charges if they uncover new evidence. James Bates shared his reaction to today's decision with us. He says he's relieved but believes police got it wrong.
I'm 100% innocent, and they just continued to put blinders on and not see the truth until today.
Bates says he's not concerned about the possibility of the prosecution refiling the case at a later date. Live from the control room, Denny Camper, KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.
All right, thank you, Denny. The widow in this case, Christine Collins, whom you already saw, says she plans to fight this decision.
I had to go home last night, sit down with my children, and explain to them that the person who killed their father, who prevents them from Father's Days and Christmases and a regular life, is going to continue to enjoy those things with his family now, without any recourse whatsoever for what he has done to mine.
We'll look at what her next step is tonight at 10. Now, you may remember last December, Bentonville police thought audio from an Amazon Echo could help them solve this case. The department issued a warrant to Amazon requesting the online retailer hand over any audio or records from an Echo belonging to James Bates. Amazon declined to hand over those voice records until Bates gave the company permission to do so. When police got the files, there were no sufficient leads. Amazon's terms of use state, quote, "We do not guarantee that Alexa or its functionality or content is accurate, reliable, or complete." All new at 6 tonight, a Fayetteville man is in police custody for raping a teenager. Police say 28-year-old Aaron Tillman had sex with a 15-year-old girl at his apartment. Now, the victim and her mother say they know Tillman from their church. Facebook messages between Tillman and the victim's mother show he admitted to having sex with the girl. Tillman has been on probation since 2014. He faces 1 rape charge. Rogers police are still looking for a man and a woman who stole more than $30,000 worth of jewelry from a store on Sunday. Bella Jewelers hope that the community's help will help them out with the thieves and be brought to justice. Tonight at 10, KNWA's Haley Huey sits down with one of the store employees to see how they're moving forward during the holiday season. KNWA is your local election headquarters, and Springdale has chosen a date to vote on a bond issue. Springdale would also use money from that tax extension to cover about $92 million for street improvements, $21 million for park updates, $42 million for a new criminal justice center and renovations to the administration building. Funds from the tax would also cover $45 million to refinance existing debt, $17 million for the fire department to add new fire stations, and another $5 million to renovate or replace the city's animal shelter. You can vote on this issue February 13th. In D.C. politics, lawmakers want to make voting machines more secure. They're concerned hackers could manipulate votes. In September, the Department of Homeland Security reported 21 states in which Russian government hackers attempted to breach their systems during the 2016 election. Christopher Krebs with the Department of Homeland Security says they created an election security task force to work with state and local election officials.
This interagency assistance brings together the Election Assistance Commission, the FBI, the intelligence community, NIST, and other DHS partners.
Lawmakers say they want local officials to tighten security, starting with where voting machines are built and purchased. They hope states take advantage of the federal resources at Homeland Security to make sure all voting machines are upgraded and deemed tamper-proof by the 2018 election. Trending in national news tonight, NBC Today show host Matt Lauer has been terminated. The news came this morning from NBC News chairman Andy Lack. In a memo to NBC employees, Lack said the decision to fire Lauer was made after an employee filed a complaint about inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace. Lauer did not immediately respond publicly to the announcement of his firing. NBC News has reached out to his reps for comment. In more local news, teachers from across Northwest Arkansas are learning how to deal with trauma in the classroom. KNWA's Chelsea Brown live in studio to show us why this type of training is essential to the safety of both students and teachers. Chelsea.
Last year, 837 cases of child abuse or neglect were reported by Washington and Benton County. Counselors we spoke with say the need to teach educators on how to deal with these issues has become more and more prevalent in our society.
Trauma comes in lots of different shapes and sizes. Some of the most common experiences children go through are sexual and physical abuse.
Jennifer Coldiron with Ozark Guidance says mental health issues are becoming more and more common in the classroom.
We're teaching them how to address aggressive acts in between one another. We're teaching teachers the verbal de-escalation skills that they need.
Today, over 70 teachers from the community joined together to talk about how to approach the trauma with care.
When we're working with kids, of things they might say or how they might act, different things just to kind of be aware of that says, I might need to watch this kiddo a little closer.
Last year, 1 in 3 area students experienced some sort of trauma, which is why Springdale Schools has incorporated the training and an additional counselor.
I mean, we have 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, and it's so sad that they come this early with these issues, but it is huge.
But it's not just trouble at home. Since the Sandy Hook tragedy in 2012, there's been over 220 school-related shootings. The training helps teachers understand how to deal with this type of unexpected situation.
The way we talk to students about that is reminding them that we are their safekeepers and we're here to keep them safe.
Ozark Guidance helps students for free all across Northwest Arkansas. To find out more about how they can help you and your loved ones, head to our website, nwahomepage.com. Live in studio, Chelsea Brown, KNWA, Northwest Arkansas News.
Thank you, Chelsea. The Peace Fountain at the Fayetteville Town Center needs some new updates. Find out how much the repairs could cost the city. That's coming up. Dan.
Nate, we finally saw some rain across the area. We'll show you how much fell coming up, and we've got some major changes in the forecast, including a big cold snap. We'll show you when that moves in as well in your forecast next.
Live from the Dixon in HD and your home for Super Bowl 52 and the Olympic Winter Games. Nate Custer, Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, and Drew Ammon with your Pig Trail Nation report. This is KNWA News at 6.